Am I rolling? I guess I am. So, hey everybody, it's Mark. I am from home, Mark from Orgy DVD, and I am going to roll through my favorite, I guess we'll call these reissues of the year. These are films that have been out previously that are being redone, not redone, but put out by some amazing companies out there. I will probably do my favorite films of the year. I think next week or in 2 weeks. There's 3 films I still need to see before I feel like I can really maybe formulate a list. Ugly Stepsister, Together, and especially Begonia. So I really feel like that I need to see all 3 of those before I can really say what my favorite films of the year are. Kind of an underwhelming year, honestly, for new movies, but you know that's how it goes, right? So we go through cycles of stuff. Anyway, what I'm going to show you are my favorite releases of the year as far as like older films, or like films that are being just rediscovered, and anniversary editions and things like that. I really don't have a top 10, but I do have a top director, and in fact, this director is occupying about 4 slots here. So you'll soon see. You can maybe even guess who that director is. But anyway, and I've been kind of holding off on this video until I got one film from that director, and it is absolutely incredible. So let's see how we start off here. Start with this. Might be interrupted by Stevie the cat. We'll see what happens here. We love Stevie though. I have been waiting for this for probably 40 years. I used to get lists and sort of typed catalogs from places like Video Search from Miami, and we actually used to order from Donald Farmer, the director, bootlegs type stuff. I would call them bootlegs because they just weren't available in the States. So let's just say gray area. I don't think they were doing anything illegal, honestly. But anyway, this one I've heard about for a very long time, and I'm super, super happy that AGFA put this out. This is the movie Orgy, which is basically, I don't think Joe Dante was in college at this time, but he just basically compiled this sort of like this insane, how to describe this? It's not found footage, but it's like this compilation tape. And it's hours. The thing is absolutely insane how long this is. And this could be maybe the first example of a compilation tape. I got turned on to this type of thing on Night Flight back in the 80s with Reverend Ivan Stang's Arise, Church of the Subgenius, which was just an insane amount of like clips, and then them droning their doctrine in the background. But everything's terrible. Is great at this. TV Carnage is great at this. Dante's Mystery Mix is a fantastic at this. But anyway, it all comes from movie Orgy, so it's super, super happy. For some reason, I never picked this out back in my VHS days. I guess I should have, because that's kind of my thing. But I'm super happy that came out. All right, let's see. Moving on to... Let's do this one. What's great about these boutique labels and reissues and things like that is really focusing on a genre or director. I'll have several examples of that coming up, but anyway, it's the year of Lam Nai Choi, Peacock King, of course, but then there's also this absolutely incredible film called The Cat. Lots of practical effects, lots of this insanity. This is like peak Hong Kong cinema. It is absolutely amazing, and I'm a huge fan of like late 80s, mid 80s to like maybe mid 90s Hong Kong cinema, and this is exactly what I want. Like I said, if you haven't seen that one or the Peacock King, that also got reissued this year from the same director, I highly, highly recommend it. What I didn't bring with me is someone, and actually I need maybe a book. Maybe someone could run and get me a book real quick. Maybe not. They're not listening to me. They're toning me out. But anyway, Mondo Macabro. Mondo Macabro, I absolutely love Pete Toombs. He wrote an amazing book that I read back in the 90s. I still have it, Immortal Tales. And there's Stevie. But anyway, their film this year, The Hungry Snake Woman. Loved it. Incredible. This is exactly what I want from a movie, is The Hungry Snake Woman. This is my jam. This is what I want. I would just want, what the hell's going on? What the hell's going on? That's basically Hungry Snake Woman. And I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Anyway, Mondo Macabro, thank you so much. Thank you, Pete. But it absolutely amazing release, and I should have brought it with me. What I did bring from the store is a couple releases here. Now then, I'm not really much of a technical person. I don't really sit there and check the bit rate, or I look at, how the sound's working or anything like that. But I feel like this one could be how you show off a 4K system. You have a huge TV. You've got the best 4K, I guess Panasonic, right, is the best one out there. You got, and I don't know if this is Dolby Atmos. I don't see that on here. But anyway, you got the sound system. You got all that stuff. You have a friend home at your house, and you got a couple of beers, and you want to show them what a 4K can do. I feel like that this title especially is incredible for that matter. And this is The Fall. The Fall. This was a humongous video rental hit for us when it came out 20 years ago. And there's some complaints I've seen online. There's no story. What was it trying to do? It was like, who cares? It's awesome. It's like absolutely, I think the entire thing is practical effects, like tricks of the eye and tricks of the camera and things like that. And this has been a, and I have the deluxe limited edition here, but this has been a humongous hit for this year, like it was 20 years ago. So what is new is what's old is new again, right? So I'm super happy that people are responding to The Fall. Like I said, I feel like this is the way to show off your system. I could be wrong. My system sucks. It's just basically a 50-inch TV and a sound bar, which I'll correct that. I will. All right. This is the first from this company. I got definitely more coming up. But anyway, this is exactly what we wanted from this series. I feel like Volume 2 maybe was the best until Volume 4 of Shaw Scope. This box set is insane. Super Inframan, Oily Maniac, Black Magic, Hex versus Witchcraft, Bat Without Wings, is absolutely Hex After Hex. Bewitched is on here, Black Magic 2, I'm missing that one. Battle Wizard's incredible. This is the Shaw Scope to buy. If you are maybe, I'm not saying I'm weary of martial arts films, but I feel like that this one is the one we want. Horror fans, just fans of insane cinema, this is the Shaw Scope. This is it. This is the one. And I want to say that that there's plenty in stock right now, but they have made less copies of this one than they have of the other ones. So this one will sell out before the other ones have. So keep that in mind. Let's see here. Okay, let's move on to that one. Okay. Anyway, I'm sitting in front of a couple of Hammer posters. I love 70s Hammer films, early 70s Hammer films. So I'm just going to show you this one. That's right. This is Hammer Studios, the actual Hammer Studios, or whatever is left of Hammer Studios. I think this is their flagship release. This is the one that came out first. Came out earlier this year, and this is Captain Kronos, Vampire Hunter. This is absolutely exhaustive. There's so much on here. It just completely blew me away on how awesome Hammer is what they're doing with these releases, and I'm excited, very excited to see what comes next from them. I think maybe we're all kind of crossing our fingers for Quatermass, right? Quatermass in the Pit. I'm hoping that happens. We'll see what happens there. But this is it 5 discs, 6 discs? I can't remember, but this is absolutely blew me away as far as what can happen with these releases. So thank you, Hammer, and I'm super excited about what's to come from you in the future. All right, so this one could perhaps be, I don't know the price. I never like showing our prices, even though our prices are fair, right? The prices are fair. This one, and thank you, Ava, for lending this to me. Like I mentioned earlier with genres and things like that, I think what a lot of these boutique companies are doing very well is showing you the best of a genre out there. And I have to thank Third Window and 88 Films, and I think there's maybe a couple other studios out there or labels that are really showing the best of the pink film. Now, pink films are kind of like the it's not really, it could maybe kind of be like soft X films in Japan. Of course, they were really restricted by the martial law on what they can show on cinema for decades. But anyway, the pink film was considered just the sex film. But anyway, so many directors took that money, took their productions and went in crazy directions with it. I want to give maybe some credit to a film that apparently inspired Crash. J.G. Ballard saw, was it Sex Rider, Wet Highway? I think that's right. Is that how you, is it? I can't remember which. Is it Wet Rider or Sex Highway? No, I think it's Sex Rider or Wet Highway. I watched that one. Crazy. This one is more of a revenge film, but this one, I've never seen this before. I've read about it, but I've never seen this before. But from top to bottom, from acting to music to bloodshed to cinematography to pacing to everything, just blew me away. And this is Third Window's Mermaid Legend. Mermaid Legend. I cannot stress enough to watch this movie. This is incredible. It's a pink film, so there's going to be some elongated sort of sex scenes. They're not graphic as far as like, well, it's like, you know, like triple X rated, I guess, out there. But anyway, they had to put those scenes in there. That's part of the criteria for a pink film. But this is not a pink film, technically, I think. This is, this leveled me. Absolutely leveled me. I cannot stress on how awesome that movie is. I was entranced from the first scene until the last, and I hope that we have sold the absolute shit out of these things, but I hope that more and more people get turned on to this film, because it is screaming to be rediscovered and reevaluated out there. All right, so that leads me to my final 4, which I guess will be my top of the year. It's by one director. I'll take a little sip here because I'm going to keep babbling. Thank you. One director. Who could it be? I don't know. I had to, well, I know. But anyway, I had to wait until this one film came in until I could do my top 10. And it easily got into my top 4 or 5. Number 1 might be 1, 2, 3, right? But anyway, so for Cult, I feel like for a while for me, and maybe I'm doing them a disservice, they were kind of a filler. You know, it's like, okay, this hasn't come out on 4K, we're going to put this out on 4K. Carpenter, David Lynch, that type of thing. This is a masterpiece. Absolute genius from For Cult. And I cannot emphasize enough to buy their version of Once Upon a Time in America. This is incredible. absolutely incredible. I haven't really dug through the special features yet. It's an Italian company, so we'll see what we're able to watch. We were super excited when we found out. First, we found out there was going to be no English subtitles, and then there were. They have found footage that was not in the director's cut, so the quality is a little lower in those scenes, but you get as complete as you can. It out there is all. I can't remember exactly when this film came out. I want to say this is a 40th anniversary. I believe it is, which kind of shocks me that a Warner Brothers or Paramount hasn't put this out yet. So we might just have the For Cult version for a while, but you'll be extremely, extremely happy with this release, and thank you. That's all I can say to For Cult. It's like, thank you so much for the time and care you took to make this release happen. All right, so that leads me to the top, the end, or whatever. And I think maybe we all know what this is going to be. This is also Sergio Leone. I have the Kino versions. Incredible, absolutely incredible already. And there's some arguments about maybe that the first film, the Kino version, could be better as far as like the colors go. But anyway, these are exhaustive. These are essential. If you are collecting movies, you have to have fistful of dollars for a few dollars more. Don't worry, I opened them. And Good, Bad, and the Ugly. This is essential cinema. We've got tons of the standard editions available. But if you haven't seen these yet, if you haven't seen the Arrow editions yet, this could be the peak. I feel like that, I don't think we're going down from the mountain here, but I feel like that we have absolutely reached a new level as far as what these I don't want to call Arrow a small company because they're not, but compared to like Warner Brothers, they are. I can't stress enough on how incredible these three releases are. They are exhaustive. They have done these masterpieces justice, and along with Once Upon a Time in America, it's an absolutely banner year for Leone. So, and then last year we had Once Upon a Time in the West. So, what we're waiting on now, like Fistful of Dynamite, I guess. Waiting on that one. We'll see what happens there. But anyway, that is my top of the year. Like I said, I can't imagine anything else coming around that I would say is better than these, but I like being surprised. So anyway, have a great holiday, and I will talk to you later. Bye.